Today we're talking about circles. You really need to understand the difference between these four terms. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the board for the pink radius circle, and I'm going to play dumb. I have no idea what the radius is, and you have to explain it well enough that I can draw it. Is everybody really good at giving directions? Okay, Zach, you ready? Tell me what to do.
Okay, try and draw a point directly in the center as good as you can.
Okay, directly in the center. Draw a point directly in the center. I'll do my best.
And then go left or right, just depending on what side you want.
Go
Draw
left or
only
right?
one line. So if you want to go right, just put one line to the right until
One.
the outside of the circle comes.
One line to the right till the outside of the circle. That was amazing directions. Do you agree that that's the radius? Good work. Okay, diameter. Zach, you call someone. Tell me about diameter. Okay, Tyler.
Okay, so eyeball the middle of the circle
Eyeball in the middle of the circle. Okay, I'm eyeballing it.
and make a circle.
Oh, make a circle?
Yeah, and then you dot. It's colored in.
Oh, color it in. Okay.
And now make a straight line and it goes up and down, left or right.
Make a straight line up and down.
Stop at the end.
Check.
Straight through the
Oh, it has to go.
and stop when you hit the edge of it.
Stop when I hit the edge of the circle. Better?
Yeah.
How many agree that's the diameter? You did great, Tyler. Tyler, call him some for circumference. Uh-oh.
This is a hard one. Zach.
All right. Zach again?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Try to outline the circle on circumference. Just outline it.
Try to outline the circle. I don't think I can mess up those directions. Trying. Huh? Do you agree that's the circumference?
Yes.
All right, so circumference outside the circle. All right, Zach, tell me about area.
Jake.
All right, Jake, how would I do area?
I was going to say it would just be the whole circle.
The whole circle. So how do I do that? What do I do?
Basically, put a dot in the middle and then you just like circle the whole thing.
Put a dot in the middle. Circle the whole thing. Huh? What do you think? Should we add to that? Should we adjust that a little bit?
Yeah.
Christian, what should I do? Fill in the circle? Let me make my tool a little bit bigger. So could I do this and call it the area?
Yes.
Whoa! In the Grandma Bacon story, do you remember what was the area of her pool?
The circumference.
The pool cover. The pool cover. What's circumference in the Grandma Bacon story? You can shout it out.
D times C.
The fence. Okay, 4 things. I'm curious. How many are like, yeah, I've got these 4?
Yeah,
These make sense?
that's it.
We good? Okay. Let me jump. And you have to shout out the vocab word. Are you ready?
Yes.
Ready? Don't worry about copying this down. Just watch the board and shout out the vocab word. I'm going to be picky. What's this?
Everything. Center. What?
Center. I agree with the boys up front. They're saying center. I totally agree with that. Okay, let me change up the color. What's this?
Diameter.
Good work. You said diameter. What's this?
Radius.
Alright, what's
Circumference.
is it? I haven't done anything.
Area.
Wow. Area. Then what is you're gonna guess it.
Circumference. That
Yeah.
looks cool.
You good?
Draw
Okay.
an eye. Draw an eye.
Let's keep moving.
It is an eye.
Oh wait, actually back to this. I bet you already know. If I said that this radius was I did not want that big. If this radius was 5 inches, I want a hand in the air. Does anybody know how to find the diameter? If the radius is 5 inches, Matt, how do we find the diameter? Double it. So if the radius is 5, everybody shout it out. What's the diameter?
10.
Nice. Okay, let's go backwards then. For this one, if I gave you, I'm gonna tweak it a little bit, test you. What if this diameter is 25 feet? Oh, you might want to use your calculator.
Oh, if you know it.
Okay, so if you know the diameter is 25 feet, can you go backwards and find the radius? Don't give it away. All right. Trevor, what is it? How did you find that, Trevor? Nice. You just cut it in half. So 25 divided by 2 will give you the radius. Radius doubled will give you the diameter. How many of you already knew that? You already knew that? Okay. Then on your scratch paper, you need to try these 4. However, watch out for the directions. The directions tell you whether you got to find radius or diameter. So try these 4.
It's 4.
Yep.
Okay, so the radius is pretty much half of the diameter, so I should divide it by 2 and I got 6 feet.
Nice. Column sum for letter B.
Out.
Yes.
So what I did is as a find diameter, I took A, I times it by 2, the whole thing, and I got 16.
Thank you for showing that. Column sum for letter C.
Ah. Since you're trying to find the radius, what the radius is diameter divided by 2. So I divided 15.5 by 2. And I got got 7.75.
Nice. Wait. If it's already like done, it's 7.75 miles. Alright, column sum last one, letter D.
And then this paper.
Wow.
Let's just go back in your office. Yes. If you walk in on
Okay,
the right side, there's a
Since
purple
it
bucket of
says
scissors.
you have to find the diameter, so it's 7.5, so you go 7.25. So what you would do is then you would times it by 2, and then you would get 14.5.
How many got that one? You okay? Think? How many were like, yeah, I got this. Radius, diameter, you okay with that?
Yes.
Okay, let me think for 2 seconds. What I want you to do next then is we're gonna practice diameter. On your scratch paper, will you please write down these 2 formulas? We'll talk about it in a second, but you want them down first. Write down those 2 formulas first. You got this. Okay, what Zach just asked, he said since the pi is right next to the d, you times them, right? So that's pi times d. What is the d standing for though? Diameter. What does the capital C stand for? Circumference. Okay, or, so you can use this formula, or to get the exact same thing, you can use this formula. What do you think the R stands for?
Radius.
Okay, eyes up here, guys, on your scratch paper, what we're going to do today is we are definitely going to use 3.14 for pi. So write that down. That way we'll all get the same answers. Okay, that's for circumference. Circumference is the outside of the circle, right? We're building a fence around it. So we've got those formulas. You can use whichever one fits your picture. Now copy down this formula. This is for area if you had to build a pool cover and you need to know how much fabric of whatever plastic you need to buy. However, this one confuses kids. Because right here, this is r squared. Does r squared mean r times 2?
No, it's r to the second power.
Keep going, it means what?
R to the second power.
Perfect, r to the second power. So maybe right next to that, put a equals pi times r times r. Don't let yourself times like 2, you'll get it wrong. It's r times r, write it down.
R times R, so you're
R, yep. Same thing as before, use 3.14 for pi. Okay, you ready to practice? Let's just do circumference first. What you need to do on your scratch paper is draw 3 circles really quick. 1, 2, 3. Now on those circles, on your first circle, mark this as 70. Gotta pay attention. On your next circle, mark this as 24. On your next circle, mark this as 5.
Wait, like on the outside or on the middle?
I do it just like this one back. Probably in the middle, right there. These ones probably on the outside. Just depends. It's your scratch paper. Okay, back to the very first one. This 70 centimeters, is that radius or diameter? Radius. Okay. This is definitely the radius. So if we're doing circumference, let's use the formula that had radius in it. Let's do 2 pi r. Write it down on your scratch paper. We're practicing. Instead of pi though, what are we going to use?
3.14.
Okay, let's write it. These are all getting multiplied. So 2 times 3.14 times, what's the radius in the picture? Okay, write it down. Once you've written it down, then you're free to use your calculators. Always show your work. I see a lot of you already using your calculators. Does anybody have a final answer yet for this one? Joey, what'd you get? Don't round it. What did you get before rounding? 439.8. Alright, and this is circumference, so let's put centimeters. Circle it, box it.
Wait, isn't it
Circumference. So it's just the measure around it, so it's not square.
Wait, isn't it 39.6?
0.6? Okay, thank you for checking. I really appreciate that. Okay, let's do the next one together. Next one. This is 24. Is the 24 the radius or the diameter? Okay, let's use the diameter formula then. So stay with me. Tyler, you're being way confusing, yeah? So circumference is pi d. Alright. What are we going to use instead of pi?
3.14.
3.14. And instead of d, we're going to put 24. Okay, grab your calculators, but don't shout it out, please. It gets confusing. Christian, so fast. What'd you get? 75.36? Yep. Do we agree? Nice. No? Yes or no?
Yes.
0.36 inches because it's just the distance around it. Okay, number 5. Number 5, you're on your own. Try circumference. Use one of the formulas, whichever makes most sense to you. Okay, I'm going to show my work on the board so you can check yourself, but try to do it before you look at the board. Alright, check me. Raise your hand if you got 31.4 inches. Raise your hand if you're okay with circumference. Does that formula make sense to you? Wait, question. Brody.
So, what's number 4? Like, how is it different? Is that just a different way to do it? How would we know when to use that one?
How do we know? Because it gave us the diameter. But technically, could you use the 2 pi r one?
Yeah.
Because what is r in this picture?
Divided by
It's
2.
12. You'll get the same either formula. Yeah? Okay, so there's circumference. Let me erase it. I kind of love it because it's the same for all of them, right? So area is pi times r times r. Write it down. Okay, while you're writing, what are we going to use instead of pi though?
3.14.
3.14 for pi. What's the radius in this picture? Alright, so you got times by 70 and then times by 70 again. Be careful with that. This has got to be a big number. Okay, use your calculators. I'm going to use 3.14 times, 3.14 times 70 times 70. Oh yeah, so big. 1,386. How many of you got the same thing? Okay, but what are we going to put for this? Centimeters?
Squared.
Yeah, why squared though?
Because you're using 2 radiuses.
We're using 2 radiuses. Brody, amazing answer. Thank you. Okay, number 4, don't be tricked. Number 4, does the formula change for area? Still the same formula. So area equals pi times r times r.
Can I do D times?
Nope. Question was, can you do d times d? Or are you going to get way bigger than you need?
Oh, wait, so
You have to do r times r. But don't use pi, use,
3.14.
don't use 24, use
12.
12. So times 12 times 12. You already have it. Okay, hold on, let me get ready. Alright, I'm ready for you. Alex, tell us what it is.
452.16.
Point what?
16.
16. What else do we need on our final answer?
Inches squared.
Okay, try number 5. Try area of number 5. Go. Okay, you guys are done before I even ask. Let me show my work real fast. And then Jake, I'm gonna have you help me. Oh, so that's 3.14, right? 3.14 times 5 times 5. Jake, what'd you get for a final? What? No? 78. Okay, 5 inches squared. How many of you got 78.5 and you remembered inches squared? Nice. Okay.